years now, I can guarantee it. Defined benefit plan, size does not matter, okay? Size of the fund, you know what? I don't have enough money to pay you. Ain't my problem, dude. I got a defined benefit. Hialeah, you work 25 years, you get 75%. Hialeah is kind of unique because we have what's called a hybrid, let me take a hybrid system. You also, they take 7% of your paycheck. It was like a defined contribution. They went into a plan, and depending how well the plan was, is what you got, your percentage. Okay, so you have that. You contribute 7%, goes into a plan, at the end of the year, how well it performs is what your percentage will be. You also have a defined benefit plan for based upon years of service. You work 25 years, you get 75% based on the highest 3-year average. Highest 3-year average. So they have now changed that. Okay, you can contribute 7%, and after I think 6 years, you didn't get it back. You quit, you lost it. So every year you work 25 years, 7% of your paycheck is going to a defined benefit plan. Instead of having a 3-year average, now you have a 5-year average. Before insurance is free, now you pay for your insurance. And they have the lowest salary in Dade County. Who wants to work in Hialeah? Great place to get your experience and move on. It used to be a training ground for a lot of firefighters. A lot of firefighters and police officers going there for 2 years and they're jumping out. Okay? So we had a hybrid. You can't have a hybrid. We're not going to, for the purpose of the exam, we're going to look at independence, defined contribution, defined benefit. You can mix and match. Okay, you can mix and match. But for the purpose of the exam, we're not going to think that way. Okay? Everyone understands the formula? See?
And in that hybrid system in Hialeah, particularly who's in charge of the 7% allocated?
That's a good question. The 7% goes back to the model we showed with all the players involved.
Okay.
How well the investment managers were able to perform, and what they did. You got that.
So it was in the hands of the administration and sitting at the employees.
You could also, a nice thing that we used to have when I was in the union, I made it happen, because the brainchild of these people, they've done it. You could actually, let's say you had 7% of this fund, and you had maybe $45,000, you're in debt, you need to pay a credit card, you could borrow that money. It would charge you an interest rate, but it would help you get out of debt for a while. The IRS approved that. They stopped that. Now you contribute 7%, and you get nothing, and you can't get a loan on that stuff. That's bad. Yes, sir.
You said just to make sure, so the defined contribution, there's no guarantee of payout, but with defined benefit, there is a guarantee of payout?
Yes, guarantee of payout. It's based on your percent of your pay. I think the city manager thereafter, that's George, before him, I think he changed it. Now I think you get 80% for 20 years. Still not bad. But you contribute 10% and you don't get that money back.
In either of these, is there a mandatory contribution?
And the Miami Beach, yes, there's a mandatory contribution to defined benefit, and so there is also on Hialeah, yes.
But generally?
Generally speaking, there is, yes, on defined benefit plans, where the percentage is high, like 75%, generally speaking, there is a mandatory contribution. Generally speaking, Hialeah was winning money. It was a great gig, and the gig is out. No longer there.
And defined contributions, obviously, there's a contribution.
Right.
But is there like a mandatory amount?
Anywhere between 5 to 10% usually. Actually, let me say that 3 to 10% in normal times. 3 to 10%. For instance, I think in many shores they contribute something like 3%. Sometimes the city maxes 3%.
Is that percentage the same for the general status in the defined benefit plan contribution?
And defined benefit plan, you will have to contribute in terms percentage-wise. Can be anywhere between 3 to 10%. It depends on the plan. Okay. Remember, how they pay out to retirees is based upon issues in the defined benefit plan. It's based upon a couple of things. You got to pay out employees or their lifespan. So how do you get that? Well, first of all, employer contributions to the system. Second of all, employee contributions. Investments. How well the rate of return, investment. Rate of return, RR. the rate of return. Okay? How much you play with, how much you play with, the rate of return. And that's on the revenue side. On the expense side, you have the actuary. We talked about what an actuary is. Okay? Any person says, based upon your population of people, you have to give a certain percentage of payroll. It could be 4% of payroll. It could be 10% of payroll. Goes into this fund, that's the expense that you have to, the employer has to contribute. Certain percentage of payroll. Hialeah, the actuary comes in and he says, okay, on normal, Hialeah, like 70, 80 people retire. Since everyone was forced to leave, 400 people have left. They've gone from a 4% contribution when I was in control of that to 34% of payroll. Now it goes to retirement plan. Has it taken into consideration the 400 people are left? Next year, I will be surprised, I think it goes to 40% of payroll. Same. Okay? 40% of payroll will go towards all those employees that left. Okay? When I've seen small cities get gobbled up by the counties, usually the counties honors the retirement plan that was there before. Okay? So the whole trick is live a long life. Suck and drive as much as you can. Okay? You didn't get the promotion, don't live a long life and purposely and make up the difference. Everyone understands the two types of plans? See? Okay. You know how I am. I like sexy things, and he's so good, but she's so bad. Okay? Just look at these plans from different perspectives. Okay? Just look at your